Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another video on the channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic Friday. Mine's been great, mainly because I haven't been at work. So also, thanks to all the new people that have been showing up to the channel. I do appreciate all the support. You guys are awesome. Today, thankfully I don't have to whine about work. I get to just talk about what I did with my day off. And today was D&D prep, or Pathfinder Kingmaker prep, because I'm running Pathfinder Kingmaker. Sorry, just wanted to make sure my music wasn't too loud. But yeah, all I've been doing is prepping D&D or prepping Pathfinder all day. I had to learn how to make my own foods and stuff, so I can just jump on over here. And I'll sit over here. As you can tell, this is my party. You can tell which characters are who. Obviously this is my character. These are three that are made for the Kingmaker stuff, and these are my three players. Today, I ran a small mini session, just like a shopkeeping session. To which I had a bunch of homebrew foods and stuff, because I'm trying to do a lot of foods and everything. Like obviously we got like the footlong hot dog that heals a lot, but it's kind of expensive. I guess I'm gonna start from the top. So one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to make an item, and I wanted to. It was 1 gold in her inventory, but in the shopkeeps, but I wanted it to be 1 gold. I wanted it to be 1 quantity, a quantity of 1. It's the only one that was there. It was a single carrot, and I wanted to see who bought it, because I was just having a little fun, and whoever bought it could at one point just use it to get a +20 to whatever perception check they wanted to do, because I throw balance out the window. And fun fact, this ended up getting using during the shopping session, to something that I will hold on to and will circle back onto. But the rest of these are just like drinks that I've given. Like this gives you temporary HP. It's 12. This is a bag of Joe. It gives you quicken when you drink it. We have the beer hammer. Obviously didn't fill this one out, but when you drink it, it gives you clumsy. This is my like normal. You're a commoner coming out of work, you know, and you want to drink something that's hearty, that's going to really kick you in the tush. Called a beer hammer. Pretty nice. We have dragon's blood. I tried to make an actual drink here. This one gives you 5 resistance, and it gives you a 5 to your speed. That was pretty cool. The images, unfortunately, I cannot blow up. Then I made a stew. I made it pretty cheap because I wanted. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Pathfinder 2e Pathfinder 2e combat is kind of like just 2 explosions colliding, and it's just whoever deals them like whoever pumps out the most damage the fastest wins. It never really feels like a long drawn out tug of war. It's like a firecrackers, plop, and then whoever wins. And I'm not really trying to like. In this instance, I'm not too worried about doing like a war of attrition style combat, so I've given them this, so if they really get their pushes kicked, which they won't, they have some food they can sit down and they can eat. And oh, it's good vegetable stew. All it does is heal. Obviously I went over the footlong hot dog. Actually, no, I didn't. So it's a footlong hot dog. This heals for 6d9. You can eat it in combat. However, it gives you the overstuffed debuff that I made, which is if you try to eat or consume any potion or anything like that, you must make a Fortitude DC 20 Fortitude saving throw or vomit whatever you're eating or drinking back up, because like I said, it's a 6d9 healing. Also, yes, I know I am funny. I made it cost 6-7, so you know what kind of DM I am. This was a quest I made up. If you notice, that's the Tuskar from Dragonflight. But I wanted to give my good old innkeep. I just wanted to give her a little quest that she can give the players, that if they want to go out and adventuring, and I wanted to not inspire, but you know, give them a little nudge that if they wanted to kill anything crazy or they wanted to harvest anything crazy, that they could do so, and they could bring it back to Betty, and she'll try to make a legendary soup. And the first thing they gave her, which is crazy because my next item is a late vial. It's called Vial Brew. It's 500 gold because I didn't want it to be spammed. Basically, if you've played Pathfinder Kingmaker, you'll know who this character is. You'll know they're not too important typically. They're like typically Boken. This is my own art that I found for somebody that's a crazy alchemist. Boken is typically a potion seller for the first couple acts of the game. He just sells potions, have his little shack. In mine, he has he has a bit of a connection to one of the player characters, to which one of my characters has an Abyssium gun, which if you don't know, I'm pretty sure Abyssium is kind of radioactive in how I'm playing it. And when the rat who is immune to it, he's playing a rat folk, when he pulled this out, Boken, his eye and his face just like ruptured. It exploded. And the rat character that's in my campaign, specifically the guy that's right here, Screek Stilltail, his whole backstory is that he lived in a colony of rats. He's a cursed rat. Everyone around him was dying in horrific ways. And when he got blown up or an explosion went off near him, he came up with crazy inventions. And so what I've done is Oaken was exposed to high levels of radiation, which has caused him to begin hearing voices. He doesn't know from where, but they've been telling him to make something. And so that's when he began to make this strange concoction. And though he wants to sell it, he'll only sell it to the party because he knows it is, or he doesn't know he didn't know what was going on with it. He just knows, I probably shouldn't give this to the common people. This was like a meta thing where I was like, yo, this is going to do some crazy stuff. If you are a player in my campaign, please do not watch further because I am about to spoil something beyond the shopkeeping episode. So this potion, this vile brew, made you get a permanent mutation if you drank the whole thing. So like, for instance, what I got this session, they gave a sample to Innkeep Betty and the chef back here, and they gave him slurping arms, okay? Essentially, they just function as another set of arms. But I wanted to make them kind of gross, and I kind of wanted to make them, because an extra pair of arms that I've made be able to do everything that you can do, kind of needs a little bit of a drawback. So I made it so anytime you summon them or you put them back in, they make a sound effect. So somebody knows something weird's going on. So at least they then have to RP like, oh, that sound was nothing, man. I don't know what you're talking about. But these two NPCs freaked out, had some slurping arms. My Mr. Elbertson, my Chef Elbertson, he got Mr. Elastic, which I have allowed him to, he can shrink his arms and legs to 10 feet, or he can shrink them all the way back to like his shoulders or like where his thighs would start. So he can be like oh my god, he can be Buggy from that one part of One Piece, if he wants him to be. Because it doesn't change his torso or head size. It just changes his arm and leg length. And the other one, Screek, he rolled the Nose of Unusual Nature. And basically whenever he lies, he has Pinocchio's nose. However, I didn't want it to be a complete negative where it's like, you can no longer lie, because if somebody picks up every time you're lying, your nose is growing, you can't really lie. So I gave him a little bit of a thing where it could bend like a finger, and he can also use it to pick locks with. So he can like shove his nose in the chest and that sort of thing and pick lock it. Now the things they haven't gotten are there's obviously I put one. It is gambling. So to gamble, there has to be a risk. There has to be you can get something bad. And this one is you get a weakness to a random damage type. And it's probably just gonna be like 3 or 4. Like I said, I don't want it to be too punishing. I want this item to be fun and be like, oh ha ha he. And if anybody rolls the 1, you know, it is unfortunate, but it's there to kind of give the ooh, I could get the 1. The next one is plated legs. This item makes you grow a turtle-like, I don't think turtle shells are chitinous, but turtle-like kind of plates along your legs that make you a little slower, but they do give you +2 to your AC. You know, they're pretty good. We have Frozone, cold feet, literally. I was gonna put an image of frostbited feet on here, but those are gross, so I didn't. But yeah, their feet are permanently cold. And they freeze any liquid they step onto. Frozen terrain no longer hinders them. And I made it so if they carry buckets of water, they can throw a bucket of water and then slide along it. Because I thought that was cool. There's Nerve Killer, where they drink this potion and it fries every nerve in their body, so they no longer feel pain. They no longer feel pain. I thought it was funny. You're a man of steel until you bleed out. And they gain 2d10 permanent HP because they can't feel pain. Then I gave them bat wings that aren't proportional to their bodies, so they can't have their like movement speed and flying, because I don't want to deal with that right now. When they get spells that can do that, that's, you know, that's a spell that's doing that. There's shadow magic. This one's honestly pretty busted. Out of combat, you can use him to give you bonuses to intimidation checks, and then in combat you can swap places with him. He's like a shadow clone where he runs off and you can swap places with him. And then I give him somebody dragon breath. It's plain simple. It's dragon breath. But I cooked that all up. I had to figure out how to make my own custom recipe. So I made my own custom secret egg salad. If you don't understand, if you're not a Germa guy, this is a Germa. And one of my players just really likes Germa at 2895 or something. It's something like that. I ain't gonna go look it up. But Germa's cool. I enjoy them. I try to look for recipes. I look for anything that food related. I got the hamburger helper sandwich and secret egg salad. So I went with secret egg salad. If you aren't familiar with Kingmaker, basically when they're out exploring the big open world, they can open camp. This is an add-on I have where they can camp, they can cook food, and they can do all that. So that recipe lets them cook that stuff. And that's really all I did today, was just making up these shops and getting all that figured out. Next session, we're going to do some RP, and then I'm going to get them out of town, get them exploring, get them out there taking care of business. And that was all I did today. Besides playing Deadlock, I played a little bit of Deadlock. I also tried some new games. I tried out... I don't have them anymore. Oh, I tried the Headliners. It was okay. And then we tried Roadside something, where you play as an alien and it's like a simulator game. It was okay. But yeah, and then other than that, I just been playing some Deadlock. That's what I always end up doing. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Again, thank you to all the people that have been coming in, been sharing kind words, give me some likes, give me some subscribing. And I know last week or all this week I've been just like I said, these videos are kind of like a diary. It's cool because I can come on here and I can talk and stuff, and like, even if nobody watches them, eventually, you know, I'll be like 60 years old, hopefully, and I'll be able to look back and be like, what was I doing when I was, you know, this old? And I have a video of almost every single day of like, if I keep this going, I'll have a video at least maybe once a week for the however long I want to keep this going, and I can just look back. I can show people. I can be like, what did you do before flying cars? And I can be like, oh well, back in my day, I sat in a room and talked about video games. But yeah, that's about it for me. Depending on how tomorrow goes, I'm obviously gonna run D&D. I think I'm probably gonna play with the lads all night. I may pull an all night. Actually, I can't pull an all nighter. I have to go to church Sunday. So maybe no video games. I can't promise you anything, unfortunately. Like I said, I'm valuing hanging with my friends and my cousin and my little brother because I love them oh so much. I just enjoy spending time with them, and like I could record, but in the totem pole, it's like hanging with family, recording. Like there's not much in between here, but it's like there's a good chunk of like I could play games with my friends and family, or I could record, and I would love to record for the most part. But it's like when I have to choose between two of them, I'm always gonna go family. It just is what it is. Thank you for everybody that's understanding. Like I said, I do want to play games. I do want to record games. I just don't ever really put the time out. Like I don't really chunk out the time. The only time I'm not hanging with friends or family is when I'm like brain dead or getting ready to go to bed. So also, this is a fire song. I really thought about it, dude. Like we're gonna segue. I know I was like sound like I was doing an outro, but then a Claire Obscura came on. I really thought about going back and like playing through Claire Obscura Expedition 33 again. I don't think I will, but the thought did cross my mind where I was like, you know, that could be fun. Cause I won't lie to you. I got to about halfway through Act 2, trying to get everything, realized I missed so much, and then I just kind of threw my hands up and went, I just want to finish the game. And so unfortunately, I think I kind of ruined my first run through of it at the finish line, basically, where I was like, screw it. Like you unlock a way to get to a bunch of new islands, and instead of going and exploring those, I just went, I'm just gonna go beat the final boss, and I just went straight there and into the game. which I don't regret because that let me finish the game and I got to experience it. But also, it did kind of taint it in the future. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah. Thank you all so much. I'm gonna bounce, and I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow. Thank you all so much. Bye bye.